Hi. So what we're going to do is this. We are now going to install, we're going to look at how to install Android Studio. So before we install Android Studio, the first thing that we need to do, the first thing that we need to install is HAXM. So HAXM stands for Intel Hardware Accelerated Execution Manager. So you can actually Google it. H, just type HAX, oops, just type HAXM installer, and hopefully that will bring you to this page. Okay, so once you're in this page, you can click on this download and then just save the file. Okay, so after that, open the file and extract the file. So just extract it here. And now we can go and install the HAXM. So just follow the instructions. Okay, so once that is done, it is actually good uh, to reboot your PC, your your PC. So I'll go ahead and reboot my PC. Okay, so after you have installed HAXM and rebooted your PC, your Windows 10, the next thing that we are going to do now is we are going to install our Android Studio. So look up Android Studio and click on that. So now we're going to download Android Studio Code and just agree, and we're going to save it. So once the download is complete, so it's here, still downloading. Okay, so once it's download completed, so mine is downloaded. So I've downloaded to the download folder, but yours can be anywhere else. So make sure that you know where it is. So that's here. So I'm now going to double click on this guy, and we're going to start the download process. So by the way, make sure that, so I'm assuming that you are using Windows 10 and have at least 16 meg, 16, sorry, 16 gig of memory. Okay, so we click yes. So let me just close this. So Android Studio is starting. Okay, so click next, and we are going to download everything. So we're also going to need the AVD. So make sure you have at least 3 gig just to be safe in your hard disk, and just accept the defaults, and just accept the defaults, and it's now going to go and download. So the installation, it takes a while, so I will stop this screencast and I'll come back once it's done. Okay, welcome back. So we have finished, Android has finished copying the files. So click next. And so we will start up Android Studio now. So we are starting Android Studio for the first time. The installation is not complete. We still need to do a few more things. So click OK. So depending on the speed of your PC, so this might also take a while if you're doing this the first time. Okay, so you will be greeted with the wizard in during your if you are installing this for the first time. So just click next. Okay, so just do a custom installation. You don't we don't really uh, unless you want to you know, unless you know what you're doing. So I'll just go with standard, and you can customize, you know, the look and feel. I'll just go with the standard bright colors. And so the next thing that you're going to do is this. These are the components that so Android Studio will install the SDK, the Android SDK in here, and these are some of the components that it's going to uh, it's 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 going to download. So we will click finish to let it complete the installation. So again, this will take a while. So I will stop the screencast here, and I will come back when this is done. Okay, so as you can see, the Android Studio has completed its download of the various components, and now we will click finish to complete the installation. So what we're going to do now is this. So okay, so before we do that, so I've installed the latest version, which is 3.14. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to do one last thing before you come for the workshop, and we are going to get Android Studio to download all the uh, libraries, Java libraries required to build an application. So to do that, we'll just create a simple application, and induce Android Studio to perform the download. So you just start a project, and we'll just leave everything blank. We'll just take the defaults, and then we'll just take the defaults. So this one, uh, so maybe we can say, you know, we want the latest version, maybe. Okay. Uh, so phone. So go next. So we'll just have a basic activity, and we'll have a main activity. So click OK. So finish. Okay. So Gradle is downloading. So this is the thing that we want Android Studio to do. So it's completing the setup. So it's still going on. So just bear with me. Hopefully, in the next minute or so, it will complete. Okay, I will stop here, and then I will come back once this is done. Okay, so as you can see, the uh, Android Studio has finished downloading, or rather Gradle has finished downloading, and just say allow it to access. So we can skip the tip. Okay, so so you may depending on the options, you may see this. So if you see this, just maybe click on this, accept, perform more installations. Okay, so we are done. Okay, so if you see this, then you are pretty okay. So okay, so it looks like it's actually downloading more stuff. So I will stop here and I will come back once this is done. Okay, so we are finally done with the download of the libraries. So you will see something like this. Uh, so now we are going to try to run this, but before we do that, we will now create a a device just to test our app. So sorry if you missed that. Go to Tools, AVD Manager, create virtual device, and just pick anyone. Just take the default. So I'll just take Nexus 5. Next. So okay, so I require to download AP, so just pick one. So API 28 or Oreo, whatever. So I'm just going to pick this guy. So more download, accept. So by the way, if you're looking at this, you can fast forward. I'm not going to stop this. It's going to go on for a while. Well, not a while, but it looks like it's quite fast. Just one image. Okay, so we are done. So we select that. So we go next. And I'm going to call this is the name of your device. Don't worry about this because you actually learn most of this stuff during the workshop. So this is just only for testing. So we'll create one. So we're going to run this emulator. So let me minimize this guy. So that's starting. Okay. So for the first time when it starts, it's going to be actually relatively slow because it needs to set up. Okay. That's so the emulator is booting up. So again, you can skip uh, some of these videos. Okay, so looks like it is done. So I'm just going to try to run my application on this mobile phone by just clicking on this. Again, we are just testing your environment, your testing environment. We will learn all this during the workshop. So you don't have to worry about uh, no. So that's the device. So click OK, bring that forward. So you notice in the background, we are doing a build. So the idea here is the reason why we want to do all the download is to get Gradle to actually download all the required software before coming to the workshop. So thank you for your patience. This is still building. As you can see, it's quite long. The first time it builds. So let me just see what's happening. It's finished downloading, so I'm not sure. So it looks like it's still running. Okay, 3 minutes to build. So that's why you need a fast computer. So that's done. So and that is our application. Okay, so so as you can see, there is actually quite a lot to download, and it's essential that you run through the entire process so that you have at least all the required software before you come to the lab, because there won't be enough time or bandwidth in the lab to perform the Android installation. So thank you for your patience, and I'll see you in class. Thanks.